Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Simply Stitched Crochet. My name is Christina and we are back yet again with another Monday video. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, to come back to last week, I do want to show you all this completed blanket since I couldn't last week. This is it. This was the corner to corner blanket that I made with the Karen cinnamon swirl cakes in the color Sun and Surf. So I did want to start out showing you all that because I did not last week because I could not get up. So put that over there. Now on for this week. Oh, I guess I have another finished object. This is my asymmetrical shawl. I did decide to finish it off and where it was, so I didn't add any more. And yeah, I've been wearing it all day. I finished it sometime where I guess I decided to like not do any more, I guess, sometime last week. And I've just been wearing it just kind of like draped over myself when I'm sitting on the couch while I've been reading or walking around, kind of just like in the house, just, you know, and I really like it. It's nice and it's different, and I've worn it kind of like, pulled more of the longer end. I don't know, I've, you know, kind of worn it like this and have liked it that way. So I've really been enjoying it, and it's nice and it's warm. So yeah. This was the asymmetrical Bag O' Day asymmetrical spectrum shawl. I used a blossom cake and Karen blossom cake in the color Blossoms. So those are kind of like my continuations from last week. But on to new projects for this week. I did start 2 new projects this week. Of course I did. Why not? Why not? So I have them here. The first project I have is from Bag O' Day. This is the rectangle poncho. I've been calling it like my rectangle bobble poncho. I think she released this, I want to say only about a week ago, I think, if I recall correctly. And I am using a Karen macchiato cake in the color Bewitch. So this is what I have so far. Oh, it's upside down. This is what I have so far. This is one cake worked up. I haven't measured it yet, but I started with a chain of 180, and this is how long it is. It's about my arm span. So for the pattern, you're supposed to work up 20 inches. I quickly realized the 2 cakes I have were not going to be enough. This is only 8.5 inches. So even with 2, that would not get me to 20 inches. So I went ahead today and I ordered just 1 more cake. And if that's not enough, to get me to 20 inches, mine might be a little shorter, so I have enough left to seam it into a poncho, but I think that's fine. I also realized in her video, Crystal's not using a Karen macchiato cake. She's using a different yarn, but it's a 5-weight yarn, 5-weight chunky yarn as well, but she's using a 6.5 millimeter hook, and I'm using a 6 millimeter hook, but again, so that's why I think it's coming up just a little bit short as well, because I had the same amount. I had enough yarn based on her suggestion, but using a smaller hook, so that's fine. Yeah, but ordered just 1 more ball, which was good because I had ordered the 1 more ball before I realized I had been using the wrong hook size. But you know, it's not the wrong hook size, it's just a different hook size. So really enjoying this so far. It's been really fun, easy, 3-row repeat, 2, 3, 4, or 4-row repeat. Really easy to remember. I'm really liking this colorway. I guess my review of the Karen macchiato cake after working with it is. I mean, it's how working with it is how I expected it would be. At one point I had to frog back a whole row, and it did what it tangled, it got caught. Not anything bad, I didn't have to cut anything, but it did snag. It feels like it has wool in it. So glad I tried it out, but it has been how I expected it to be with a yarn that has wool content, and it's soft again because that wool content is not the softest yarn, but it's not soft. You know, some wool yarns are just kind of not soft and completely scratchy. This is, you know, it's nice. It's still nice, but not my favorite, but glad I tried it. It will, I think, keep me warm, you know, with a nice long sleeve turtleneck or shirt. It'll keep me nice and warm. So that is the first project I started in the past week. And the next project I started is another corner to corner blanket. I'm using cinnamon swirl cake again. This is with that yarn I got last week as well. This is the color Black Licorice. I just started this today actually. So I've only worked up just a little bit. Doing the same thing using a 6mm hook. So I only had 3 of these. Also with the additional Bewitched cake, I ordered 4 more of these balls. So that will give me 7. I think adding 1 more ball before I start the decrease into the square shape will be enough just to get the blanket over my feet, because the other one, it doesn't cover my feet. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't need it to be huge, but I just wish it covered my feet. So I got, I guess, yeah, instead of, yeah, so it'll be enough to do, add 1 more ball. So 3 balls before I start to decrease. I think that'll be enough to get me so it covers my feet. The only other adjustment is when I went to go start this, I know how to start a corner to corner blanket, but I wanted to go ahead and look at a video because I felt like I would be so sad if assuming I remember how to start, but then it's not correct. So I said, let me just go ahead and look up a video really quick. It will take a second. And I came across the anchored corner to corner, and the only difference is how you end your rows. As opposed to just working into the loop, you work into the square below, and it kind of anchors the rows together. I don't really notice much of a difference, but you know, try doing that little minor adjustment, see how it goes. But same thing, using a 6mm hook, same yarn, different colorway. Already really excited about it. Yes. So those are the 2 projects I've started. Update on my heartstrings blanket. I did work on that some more during the past week. I did 20 or 25 centers. I do still need to weave in the tails on those. I hope I get to that tonight. I work in 20 or 25 at a time. That's a manageable amount for me. It only takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to weave in the tails. And then I believe I'll only have 50 more centers to make. So before I've done all centers, and then I'll be able to keep going on adding the second round. So I wish I had gotten a little bit more done over the past week, but I'm fine. I still think I can get it done by the end of the month. But realistically, I can see myself finishing all the squares by the end of the month and probably starting putting it together, but I'm not sure I'll finish putting it together by the end of the month. But look, we still have plenty of time, so positive thoughts on that front. So those are all like kind of like my updates, works in progress. The next thing I want to talk about this week is, we all know, Joann's. I'm sad, you guys. I'm sad. Joann's has been such a part of my crochet journey. It was, I mean, I remember that first year I started crocheting. I started crocheting in November, and the next month they had their Yarnormous sale, and that year they started it the day after Christmas. And I remember going the day after Christmas to Joann's. This was I believe my very first time at Joann's. And I don't even know how I'd heard about Big Twist, but I guess in the little bit of time that I've been crocheting, I'd heard about this Big Twist yarn. And you know, this was back even just 2-3 years ago when Yarnormous, I was thinking like, wow, I've only been crocheting like 3 years. It'll be 3 years this November. Anyway, where the Yarnormous, and the yarn was, if it wasn't $1.25, it was $1.50 for the Big Twist. I went and bought all this yarn. I still have some of that yarn. And I just, I can't believe, I've been so sad to hear about the news and not knowing if what's gonna happen. So I haven't, you know, seen any statements put out by them yet, but I guess I need to officially stop saying I'm not buying yarn, because I did make a trip to Joann's yesterday because I just had this feeling that it was gonna be my last time, like going to the Joann's that's closest to me. It's about 20 minutes away from me. I always go on Sundays. It used to be like a part of my Sunday routine. I would wake up early in the morning and get there, if not right before they opened, just a little bit after they opened, because it is a little farther away, and I would always hit traffic coming home. I would try to leave like early so I could get home before traffic started. And so yeah, I just decided yesterday I'm gonna go. I had a few things in my cart that I wasn't, you know, just kind of looking at, holding on to. Wasn't sure if I was gonna buy or not. But I just decided, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the store and look at the yarn. And yeah, I felt a little bit like, oh gosh, is this gonna be my last time in store? And I just felt like, you know, if something does happen and they have a big closeout sale, I won't probably make it out to the store, because like I said, it's a bit farther away from me, so I only ever go on the weekends. And I know with big sales like this, if you don't get in like the day they announce, you miss it. So I just said, you know, they've been having good sales, so I'm gonna go ahead and go this week, see what I find. So I do have a medium haul here. Let me try to get like a little thumbnail. Yeah, so I have 2 bags of yarn, and I'm just gonna get into it. So the first yarn I got is for a specific one of 2 projects. I didn't get enough for both, to do both. I just got enough to do the one project. I didn't go in there and buy up just a whole bunch of stuff. I stuck with things. Even though this is so soft feeling it. So maybe I should talk about a little bit before I get into the haul, what the state of my Joann's was. So my Joann did have the like 2 big boxes, like mountain boxes. One had Red Heart yarn in it. The other had Bernat yarn in it. And those were in, if this is the big yarn wall, then it has a big area that has shelving with yarn, and then on the sides yarn, and then on each end there were the big mountain boxes, and they were just open, you know, for the taking. They didn't seem like they were planning to stock it. It just looked like, this is allowed, we're gonna leave it here, like grab it, you know. There was a lot of yarn left, but also a lot of empty spaces. Definitely the yarn wall, that was the most empty I'd ever seen it. Normally my yarn wall is pretty full. There's always, you know, a couple cubbies that are empty, but there were, like, the middle section was empty, but also there's been all these great sales going on. So, and, you know, we could speculate, but we won't. But you know, I felt like it was, I won't say more empty than normal, but maybe just a little bit. And my Joann's also has yarn on end caps throughout the store. Down like the middle aisles, there was yarn there. So some yarns there was a lot of. So like this other yarn I got, I'm showing you in a minute, there was a lot of it. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it just hasn't been, well, I don't know. Maybe it's because this is not like a new yarn. It's just repackaged. So you probably have an idea of what yarn it is, but we'll get to it in a moment. But I was in there for a long time. I was in there for over an hour, really just enjoying my time, walking up and down, looking at the yarn, feeling the yarn, figuring out what I wanted. So again, I didn't go and just grab a whole bunch of stuff. I really stuck to the things I had wanted to get and had thought about. So let's get into the haul. So the first thing I got was Caron Jumbo Ombre, and this is in the color Carrara Marble. Beautiful, looks like it's a bit of a beige, maybe a light pink or purple and gray. So I have 2 projects in mind for this yarn. Again, it's only gonna be enough for one of them. I'm not sure which project will get to this lovely yarn, but one of them will get it. And I love this yarn. I really do love Caron, the ombre. This is a 4-weight yarn, 100% acrylic, 595 yards, 12 ounces. This is just really nice. I wish they had had a few more ombres, but they didn't have, yeah, a lot. They didn't really have a lot of any like shades. There weren't very many shades. There weren't a lot of these left, and there weren't a lot of just shades of the ombre in general. So 3 of these for a specific project. Not quite sure which one, and we'll see how I feel. The next yarn I got was the Caron Colorama Halo. They had a lot of this left. I mean, they had some down the middle aisle. They had some in the regular shelves, and in the regular, it was stuffed in there. But also, come on, you know, those little cubbies are pretty small. So I can understand as well why they were kind of stuffed in there. But I got, I believe, 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got 5 colors. Okay. So first one I got was Nutmeg Frost, this nice like brown color. And this yarn is 71% acrylic, 18% nylon, 11% polyester, 481 yards, 8 ounces. It's a bulky 5-weight yarn, 6mm hook. Again, this isn't a new yarn, just new packaging. Yeah, I got 2 of this color. The next color I got is 10 and Tan, and I got 3 of this one. Really like this. Almost didn't pick this one up, but I switched it out for like another colorway I had, because I had a lot of color and I wanted some neutrals, so I ended up switching for this one. What color am I gonna go with next? The next color I got is Beeswax Frost, and I got 2 of this one. This is the yellow. Beautiful, love this. I have an idea of a pattern I want to use, or I guess the type of pattern I want to use. I don't have a specific pattern, but I know like what I want to make, and I need to find a pattern. That's what I'm trying to say. And actually the pattern on here, I did, while I was in the store, I actually looked it up, and I never go try to find the pattern, but I was like, this looks like pretty. And so I did like in the store, go find like the full pattern. So I think with one of these, or a couple of these, I'm gonna make this pattern. I thought it was really pretty. The next color I got is Rosemary Frost, this beautiful like mint green color. I love this, love this, love this. These are nice. People have compared these to the Caron latte cakes, and I would agree they're comparable, not the same. The latte cakes are like silky, silky, silky smooth. This is more like butter. So 2 very good things, but different. Both very nice, but again, different. one's, you know, silky smooth, one like butter. So, but still really nice. As soon as I picked it up and felt it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be getting a bit of this. So I got 3 of this one. And the last colorway I got is Orchid Frost, and this is a pink. I love this. Got 3 of this color as well. Love this. We all know what I'm gonna be making with these. Shawls, shawls, shawls. Maybe, no, maybe it's, no, shawls. I mean, of course, it's gonna be shawls. But yeah, so that's my haul. I will stop saying that I am not buying yarn because I think we don't know what's going to happen to Joann's. If a big sale ends up coming, I don't know what I'd be feeling like I need to go run and buy. In terms of like big twist value, as much as I love it, I really nowadays use more variegated yarns, color, self-striping, self-color changing yarns. I do have a lot of big twist. The only thing I could see myself going to buy would be solid colors of like basics, black, white, gray. Maybe grabbing some of the twinkle yarn, but I do have a lot of that. The colors I would want are black, white, gray. So those are all colors that I have some of already. And also, you know, I really could get, you know, affordable value yarn from other places as well. So that was another thing when I went in yesterday. I really was looking at if there's any specialty yarns. So, that I wanted that, I mean, you can get these from yarnspirations.com for full price, but, yeah, I got these buy 2 get 1 free, so it was the equivalent of the online 30% off, and I'm happy with what I got, and I'm gonna enjoy these. Again, you know, all the yarn apart from Big Twist brand we can get from other places, so I didn't feel the need to go in and like grab up a whole bunch of stuff. And there were empty shelves. There were quite a bit of empty, you know, cubbies. And now that I think about it, the Big Twist, like the regular Big Twist value, it was pretty sparse over there. Cause I was thinking, I was in my head thinking, did I see that? I didn't, because it was pretty, you know, it's pretty sparse. So that is all that I have for this week. Thank you all for coming back and joining me again this week. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell all your friends so they come and join us over here at Simply Stitched Crochet. Please leave a comment down below. If you've tried any of these Karen Halo cakes, let me know. If you have any patterns that you've worked up using this yarn, also let me know, especially if they're shawls, you know. So that's all I have for you all this week. See you next time. Bye.